babes, it's Sonia G, it's the Moon Babes Monday Night Live. We're going to talk about 12D shifting. We're going to talk about the fact that the bugs won't leave me alone. I'm teasing. We're going to talk about, there's like a couple of bugs that are flying around. I just got my eyebrows done, so we're going to work with my eyebrows all lit up. And we're going to talk about transitioning to 12D and new earth businesses and a couple of other amazing things that are happening right now. So let me pin a comment. I can't believe there's literally bugs flying around on my head right now. That's amazing. Hi, loves. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So excited to have you. Take a breath. I lit a candle before we started. Set an intention with me, though. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath. And set an intention. Monday night intention. Set an intention for this week. This is a big week. What do you want this week? Let's start that way. What do you want this week? If you want to comment it, if you want to drop an emoji, say a word. We are shifting our reality. So this is a big thing. What do you want to create for yourself this week? Right? There's a lot going on. And one of the most important things that I want to talk to you about today is something that's happening collectively. Every single person that I talk to, friends, you guys on the tribe, like everyone is feeling the shift that's happening with the mental stuff, right? So we're coming up on elections. We're coming up on big changes. We're coming up on, like, there's just, the tension is going like this, right? All of the political agenda unfolding, all of the virus agenda unfolding, all of these things that are like coming to like, and it really feels like there's pressure. There's pressure like in the airwaves. There's like pressure in the unseen realms, like in the world that we don't see, right? Like visually see. And it's not your thoughts that you're fighting. This is one of the things I want you to remember. It's everyone has to fight a fight every single day. We're coming up on this thing where literally this is why when I share things, I am so adamant and so strong about like, do your work, right? Like all the time in all my posts, I'm like, screaming at the top of my lungs, because the more you know who you are, okay? Your thoughts, your higher self, your angels, your guides, your star people, like you. Who are you? Which thoughts are you? Then you know that in the morning when you wake up and there's other things that automatically happen in your head, that's not you, okay? It's not your thoughts. You have to fight them out, okay? It's literally lingering stuff that can be from like your phone that's close, the TV downstairs, the radio from the neighbors, the new 5G signals in the sky, whatever it is, the Wi-Fi signal, okay? There are so many things, or, you know, maybe someone in the house brought attachments home the last night, whatever. There is shit happening around us all the time. So it's like warrior mode on for real, which is why that's the theme for the retreat, for the solstice retreat. It's goddess warrior mode on, like it's warrior mode on for everybody right now, okay? Because no matter what, I don't care what it's not that I don't care, but just to make a point of this, I don't care what it is. Every single person feels like they're fighting a fight and they feel like they're going crazy on some level. Like, am I crazy because I'm seeing this? Am I crazy because I'm not seeing this? Am I crazy because I'm feeling this way? I know that I should feel this way, but this is what I'm feeling. Why am I dealing with this again? Oh my gosh, it's constant. It's constant. It's constant. It's constant, right? Like, so we have to turn it over. Like, and the reason why I say turn it over, it's a constant death and rebirth sequence, right? A lot of karma just came to a close on the last new moon, the super new moon that we had in Libra that happened on Friday, okay? That was a huge karmic moment in time, and everything that could come to pass, basically, like could come to like checkpoint, contracts to sign, things to shift, like things to be done, boom, right? That was the moment. which means that everything has to come to a head and that we're literally shifting. And sometimes as you do that, there's periods of like silence and recalibration that feel awkward and they feel weird. And then it feels like you don't really know the energy of what you're dealing with, but you constantly have to overcome yourself and you constantly have to change the reality that's being shown. Because think of it this way, once a cycle of karma is complete, okay, then if your core is not strong on what you want to create and you haven't figured out how to actually actively create, be the creator of your own reality, what happens is whatever lingering feeling you have inside is constantly what's showing up in your reality, because we're constantly manifesting. Whatever we hold inside manifests outside. And so when you don't realize what you have inside and you don't know what's you and what's not you, and you're holding these like white noise kind of thoughts, do you see there's things like everywhere? It's amazing. But you're basically holding stuff that's not even yours. And so it's lower frequency stuff that hangs around you. And if you don't do the work to clear it, it manifests outward in your reality, right? So you have to always, always, always be conscious. It's like there's no letting your guard down. There's no like not being on top of it. But the good news is you can always shift it. You can always, always shift it, okay? And it's in all the things all the time. If something shows up in your reality and that's not what you want, ask yourself, why is this happening? What do I want instead? Okay. And then hold the thing that you want instead to happen and not the thing that is in front of you, and watch it shift. The better you get at this, the easier it gets. Okay. So it's one of those things where we get better at handling the things that come up. All right? Okay. Yes. Release attachments, the old timelines showing the timelines. This stuff is hard, you guys. We get better. Okay? I promise. So, but it really is like warrior mode on. It's kind of like we're coming down to it. So just kind of get used to the fact that this is a bit of a marathon. Like we're going to keep going. The energy is like we're in this fight mode until after the solstice. Okay. So don't let your guard down. It's game on. It's like we are full blown engaged, game on. We're here to shift our reality. This is the shit that we showed up for. This is what we came to Earth for. This is a big deal. Don't get distracted, okay? Don't get distracted by the lower timelines. Don't get distracted by the X's or like by the old wounds. We're done with those. I don't know what this thing is because it doesn't look like a bug. And every time I see this thing flying around, it looks like a little baby fairy, but I don't know. So we're just gonna have to find out. Okay, so let's see. Hi, lovelies. Okay, there's so much pressure from what we don't see at the moment. Can feel it more and more. The veil gets thinner. Yes. So, thank you guys. You look beautiful, by the way. Thank you. Eyebrows just got done tonight. They're gonna have to heal, so they're a little bright right now. Strength, perseverance, success. Yes. Okay, so you guys are doing all the things. Courage. Okay, so you're sharing what you want. Amazing. Good job. Okay. So, you're right. I love you guys. Okay. So, the point is, we're feeling this and we have to get through to the other side. So, use all the ways that you know how to do. Number one, if you feel attacked, first of all, everybody's grounding in the morning. Yes? When you wake up, don't go unplugged. You have to plug into your source power, okay? The second you get out of bed, or maybe even before you get out of bed, ground, okay? 5 minutes, you can do this. Quit the bullshit, quit the excuses, get grounded. You have to. We have to connect to the grid. If you actually want to support and transition to new earth, you have to connect to the new earth grid. Otherwise, you're in limbo, okay? When you're in limbo and your energy is not running on the new grid, meaning you're not connecting energetically, intentionally, purposefully on purpose to the new grid, you're not connected there. It's going to be harder for you, okay? 5 minutes in the morning can literally change your day. They can change your life. They can change like your entire like manifesting like game, you know, whatever you want to call it. Because if you are not on point, which we have to be on point right now because we're saying this, okay, then you're just kind of in limbo. And when you're in limbo, anything can catch you. Like, you know, you're not stable. You're not stable. Like, you're not grounded. There's no other way. The way that you ground is you have to know how to activate your heart, and then you use your breath and your intention. From your heart, you send your energy, your light, your awareness all the way down. Okay, you go all the way down, you connect with the heartbeat of the earth. You make friends with Mother Earth. You make friends with Gaia. Go find the elements. Go find the fairies, the devas, the crystal kingdom, the elves, inner earth civilizations. Go hang out with Mother Earth, okay? All the way down. This can only, like, it doesn't have to take that long. It takes like 2 or 3 breaths, okay? You go all the way down, but mean it. Don't fucking do something else at the same time. Get your focus on, okay? Like, hold your breath, go in your heart, be intentional, know where your heart is, get there, okay? Then as you exhale, push your energy, your awareness, your light all the way down. Down, 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 down. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Feel yourself going down, penetrating through. If your breath doesn't do this, practice until it does, until you go boom, and you feel that all the way at the heart of the earth, okay? That's where you want to be. Be at the heart of the earth, and then you feel that sync up, like boom, boom, where your heart sinks, the heartbeat, okay? Boom, 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 with the heartbeat of the earth. Feel that, and then inhale that back up, okay? All the way, feel that support, feel connection, heart to heart. You have to beat with the heartbeat of the planet. If you don't do this, if you're not synced up with earth, okay, with the heart, with the higher frequency of Mother Earth, you're gonna feel out of whack, out of rhythm, okay? When you come back up, then you're gonna expand and you're gonna connect to the grid. The grid is literally, now it's like, it's like a whole other sphere that's filled in. It used to be just like a sacred geometry grid. Now it's like a full grid that's like a sphere that interfaces between us, our chakras, and the world we want to create right here overlapped on the earth that you see, okay? On the earth that we actually physically see. So that's where you want to connect. You connect from your feet, we connect from every chakra, and this is where we actually tell our reality what to create, like what we want to create every day. It's through all of our chakras. So if you've cleansed the stuff out of your chakras, then your chakras are programming your reality according to higher frequencies. If your chakras are not cleared, and if they're not in higher vibrational fields of energy, then you're continuously like creating lower vibrational realities for yourself. Which is why it's important to do the clearing work first, right? You have to let go, forgive, like, you know, be done with, cut the cords, clear the karmic stuff. Like all of that stuff has to be done. And you have to get raw and honest with yourself. I've been talking about this. I feel like a broken record. I've been talking about this for so long. So you have to do that. If you haven't done that, your reality will continue to present the shit show of the things that you don't want until you're ready to clear them and to move beyond them, okay? So that's how that goes. So when you plug into the grid, you are the creator, okay? You're the director. You also want to learn how to connect with all the layers of your higher self, of your higher chakras, of your galactic self, okay? Same way we connect to the earth, we connect to the heavens. We go into like this very deeply in the courses, obviously. And what do I want to tell you about this? So we're now completing the 12D template, okay? So I've talked about this many times before. Your chakras are not separate. They work together now. They're in a chakra pillar, and the frequency is diamond. It's crystalline light. It flows through from your higher self all the way down. There are 13 main chakras that our energy flows through. If you don't know how to breathe through all of your 13 chakras, then find out how that is. I have a course that I created that's helping a lot of people right now, actually, that are, it's very useful information. It's called the Sacred Chakras Journey. And I created it 3 years ago. And that teaches you how to work with all your chakras, all your angels. It's the basics of how to do all that stuff. Recently, I've had more and more people join, even though it's a course that I haven't ran actively, just because that knowledge is needed. Okay, so if you need it, and if you need to understand how to interface with your higher self, with your guides and your angels and all that, go and look at that course. Okay, because it's just, you have to know who you are. Okay, you're not just this body. So if you don't know what happens up here on top of your head every day, and a few feet up, and a whole lot of things up there, and what star you're connecting to, and where you're grounding to, and all that stuff. These are things that you have to know. It's kind of like, you know how in life you find you get to learn things about yourself that you have to learn. You go to a doctor and it's like, hey, okay, so what's your weight? What's your eyesight? Think about your driver's license, right? Or whatever, your weight, your height, the color of your eyes, color of your hair, right? All these things. It's what planet are you from? Where are your chakras landed? What are your superpowers? Who are your guardian angels? This all goes together. This stuff all goes together now. It's the whole, you have to know who you are, right? Get to the point where you understand these things and they become second nature. That's the stuff that's important. Not even second nature, it's first nature. It's who we are, okay? I love the conversations that we have, for example, in the mastermind, where it's hey, this is where I'm from. This is what I'm doing. And it's all over the galaxy. That's the stuff that's because you find a sense of knowingness and a sense of understanding who you are that is beyond. When you look at things from the perspective of your galactic self, okay, of your higher self, you look at what's happening on Earth and it doesn't stress you out. This is why it's important. When you remember who you are and how to manage your energy field to that extent, when you can breathe galactic energy into your physical body, okay, the political situation doesn't stress you out, okay? The situation that's happening right now, it doesn't stress you out. You can look at it and you observe it, and then you know what to do about it. It's different. You create a different reality. But when you're not breathing all the way to the fullest of who you are and accessing the fullest of who you are, you get lost in this little bubble of reality and you're terrified. And then you're oh my God, the world is going to hell. All this stuff is happening and blah, 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 blah. So remember, number one, the first part is we become aware, okay? You're aware. Don't get stuck in the fucking rabbit holes of this shit. We're aware, we share it, okay? This is a bunch of bullshit. We have been lied to. All this stuff is there's a lot of made up things because they want to create events that create certain outcomes in order to then implicate different circumstances, right? There's a long-term game at play. There's been a lot of things happening and there's secret agendas all over the place. We know all of this. Piece of my phone just popped off. There are things happening all over here. Hello. Also, there's been a shit ton of energy, a lot of energy. I can actually make the light bulbs buzz recently. So it's been one of those things where you're just whoa. Or you can fix today, I was getting my eyebrows done. She's the machine is shorting. She's can you use some superpowers? I was yes, hang on, give me a second. Let's fix it, right? So you can actually harness your stuff. You can do things with your superpowers. It's becoming very real world, right? You can do things. So practice that stuff. Okay. So don't get stuck in all the conspiracies, okay? Yes, the agenda is depopulation. The agenda is, the people losing control, all of this stuff. Don't get lost in that. We know it. We understand it, okay? We share it. I share things with you on this tribe so that you can, because I know that you guys know this stuff, but I share them because I want to show you things that are helpful to share with other people, Okay, so turn around, share those things. Maybe not the same clips, maybe that's too much, but like to that extent, if we keep sharing, we keep opening eyes, but we share. We don't get stuck in the dramas. We share, we're aware, we do something about it. Okay, we shift the energy, we create the new world. Okay, so let's talk about the new earth and the new world because we're shifting over to new rules. So as we're watching all this shit show over here, all the lies, like you have to go through this grief phase where you're like mourning. A lot of people are going through like a really deep grief, loss, crying, like death feeling experience. It's the loss of old earth. It's the loss of everything that has been. It's like you're mourning a life that was. Let yourself have that time and then complete it. Okay, we're shifting. This is like part 2. We might as well be like, you know how some people like for a while it was trendy to talk about like walk-ins, like, oh, whatever, you know, there's fads in the spiritual communities, which I don't subscribe to at all because things are, right? So they are or they aren't, like whatever. And there's certain phases, but it's not by fad. It's not a fad. It's actual something that's happening or it's not happening. But for a while, a lot of people were talking about walk-ins. Walk-ins happen all the time. And it almost feels like now, okay, a walk-in is when a soul is done with this life and another soul comes in and takes over the body, okay? These are contracts that are made before earth, before incarnation, so that it benefits for the highest purpose of 2 souls, and that's how it goes. The way that it's happening right now, though, is that a lot of us are accessing such higher consciousness that so much of your soul and your galactic self is able to come inhabit the body. It feels like life 10 years ago. It feels like light years away. It feels like life forever ago in like a whole other realm and dimensional, you know, field. It feels like, you know, 10 lifetimes ago on Earth. Because so much of our consciousness is now inhabiting within our physical body. So you have so much more knowledge inside, and it's like it feels like more of yourself is in here, and it's like, hey, right? Like we're sharing the body, but it's you and you and you and you. It's just versions of you that are coming in. This work, if this is something where your soul is like, oh my gosh, I need to meet myself in higher dimensions, and I need to merge, and I need to do these things, this is the work that we do in the Metaphysical Mastermind, okay? Like at every point, there is, every time I unlocked a particular sequence of what was available in the codes and of like these ascension phases, I've created a course. Once I felt that I mastered it and I was like, oh my gosh, people need to learn how to do this because there's so much freedom and so much empowerment, right? After you learn how to shift and move yourself through these phases. So these are the phases that I have gone through. My journey started like in 2007, so it's been a long time, okay? So everyone right now, though, is going through it so much shorter. Like the things I teach you in these courses, like they took me years, and you guys go through it like this. It's like light, you know, like light years. It's amazing. And at first I was like, what the? And now I'm like, thank you, baby Jesus, because we need everybody on New Earth, right? Like we need everyone in New Earth, everyone. As my reminder goes off that says, I get to receive every single thing that I desire. Yes. Okay, let me plug in my phone. If you don't have good reminders on your phone, do it. I have reminders for gratitude. I have reminders for affirmations. I have reminders for all sorts of amazing things. Okay. Also, a lot of people have been asking me this lately because I think everything is kind of just coming to a head. Like any course that you feel called to right now, doesn't matter if it's open, let me know, let Kelsey know. We'll make sure that, you know, if it's not like open, that we'll set you up for it. I want to support you wherever you're at. Okay, right now we're live in the Metaphysical Mastermind. In fact, we're having a group reading for the Metaphysical Mastermind live on Thursday. And then tomorrow we're on module 8 of Goddess and Gods on Mission. This is where we create this new reality world. We create new earth businesses, so that's amazing. So these 2 courses we're in the mix of right now. And then the next thing that we're doing live is going to be the 11-11, 12-12 gateways, and then which are a part of the retreat. okay? The retreat is both in person here at my house for the solstice, and it's digital. So you can join in 2 ways. We are going to, I've never done this before where it's like, it literally starts on 11/11 and it's a retreat, but it's like we're spending digital time together because there's so much that I have to teach you that's coming in on 11/11, on 12/12. I think we're going to do a workshop on 11/22 where I'm going to teach you things about like working on the light grid and working with portals and working with all sorts of like energy fields that are coming in. So we're going to get in the trenches, like light workers, like I'm going to teach you things, okay? Like the X-Men school. And then so that you're ready, because come the solstice, shit's happening on our planet. And then we also have like 12/17 that's digital. And then we're going to do 19, 20, and 21st. You can choose whether to come here, literally at my new earth house. I call it the new earth home, which is amazing, in this room that I'm sitting in right now. Or you can join us digitally from around the world, okay? And we're going to do... we're going to weave the light together on the solstice. And I'm going to teach you how to do this sacred Pleiadian dance to weave the frequencies of heaven and earth. It's amazing. It's an amazing, life-changing experience. So lots of things are happening. Lots of support is available. We can do this, okay? What our goal is, what our mission is to bring all of these high frequencies through all of these things that we're doing, no matter how you do it. Obviously, I have courses that do these things, right? But no matter how you do it, our goal is that we have to embody these frequencies, these codes. They come in, they're like a sequence of things that come through, and they come through your spine, okay? And they have to ground. So if you're not grounded in the earth, you are surging right now. Your heart is palpitating, you're blowing light bulbs, you're having anxiety attacks, you're having panic attacks. This stuff, like your body physically hurts. This is all too much energy staying stuck in your body. If that's how you feel, you have to learn how to ground. That's the thing that I explained, okay? You have to learn how to find your connection with the earth. If you don't have that on lockdown, your body is going to be not happy in the next phase, okay? Because it's a very physical phase. You have to learn how to work these frequencies through. So our goal is to really bring in and fully complete the 12D template, because we have to open the 12 to 24D template, which is where we're going to bring in all this new information for our 12D earth, like the first template of 12D to be actually physically manifest, okay? So we're switching everything on the solstice. This solstice, December 21st, 2020, marks the beginning of the Aquarian age, okay? This is the millennium. This is heaven on earth. This is like, it's been prophesized in the Bible. There's an alignment on that day, like that hasn't happened in like 6,000 years. Like it's just a magical moment in time. And so we have to be ready for it in terms of like energetically ready for it. And we have to do our part. And we are going to anchor in all this new light and these new frequencies and this new knowledge and this new awareness so that we can actually shift and build these new earth businesses. And someone asked me, and I thought it was a good question, like, this is actually from someone in the mastermind asked me this. And I thought I want to share this on like for everybody. Can you talk about what new earth businesses are? How do we know, right? If we are in a new earth businesses, what's an example? So new earth businesses, to make it like, to explain it as a whole, are businesses that are based on like everyone wins kind of mentality, okay? They're not businesses that are out to make money because there's people. And so they're figuring out how to like, make the most amount of money with the least amount of work, screwing the most amount of people. Like, does that make sense? Like there's a lot of marketing company that work that way. There's a lot of, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of the world that works that way. They just people are just consumers, okay? Forget the consumer mentality. This is not about like consumerism. This is about creating something of value and exchanging it in something of value, because you win in the creation of the thing that your soul came to create. And the person that's buying from you, that is receiving your gift, like receives a blessing from the thing that they're paying for, right? So it's an everybody wins all the way around, where the energy exchange feels good. feels good in both ways, right? And the values, the business is based on values that are different, right? That are not like, hey, there's all of this like big, policies and procedures, la, 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 and legal and blah, 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 and all of this like courts. There's none of that. These are, these are new earth structures. Like it's honor. Okay, like we're honoring and respecting each other and doing the right thing just because we understand that that's how a business is ran, right? Because this is the kind of energy that we want to be in. We're not scared that someone is going to steal my logo. This is not the energy of New Earth, okay? In New Earth, we share. In New Earth, everybody is unique. In New Earth, everybody is expressing an individual experience of the soul through this business that they've created. Therefore, there is nothing else like it. And we know how to attract the soul family that needs it, that we came to lead at this time. And it feels so good. This is why I have people that write me that are like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to pay you. It feels good to pay you. This is really weird, right? Because it's an exchange of money that feels good. It's like energy and value and love and support and knowledge, right? And like there's just so much that goes into it. And it keeps on going and it keeps on going, right? And so it's the same thing. Like I feel that way, and I feel like I purposely spend money to support businesses that I see, like here on Instagram so many times. Like when I have, some extra money, I'm like, okay, who can I support? Who is a small business? What can I purchase? And sometimes I'll gift those things because I want to support, right? We share. When we have a lot, we share. Like it's a different kind of, mentality. Whose day can you make? Who can you go around and like randomly pay gas for at the gas station or pay for food? Like, when you're checking out, like it's just a different mentality. It's the way that you conduct yourself, and it's the way that you conduct business, right? So that's how you do it. And it's a business that comes from your soul. That's how you know. It's funded on different principles. It's not funded on like, so we have to have this like projection and we have to have an exit strategy. And, I was talking to someone about that. And I was like, I will not take an investor in my business. I've had people say, hey, can I invest in your business? I will not do that. I will not play this by anybody else's rules at all, right? This is my soul showing up. And I consistently follow my soul. And I teach you guys how to do all of this stuff in Goddess and God's Own Mission, by the way. And it doesn't make any sense, but New Earth doesn't make sense to old Earth systems, okay? We are switching. And so little by little, we move more of our beliefs to New Earth, okay? We move more of our like chakra energy. We move more of our beliefs. We move more of like the things that we do, like the way we eat, the way that we do life, the clothes we wear, whatever it is, like we move it over. It's more New Earth. It's more sustainable. It's more functional. It's more energetically aligned. And we get better and better and better, and it gets easier and easier and easier. That's how we do, okay? All right. Yes. So I love you guys. Hi, loves. Welcome. I am so glad that you guys agree with this. Okay. Living with honor. Yes. A lot of times, like it was so funny. You guys know, like recently I had the water, which by the way, I now have, what is it called? Oh my gosh. Reverse osmosis water, which I have muscle tested through so many different kinds of water. And this was amazing. My body required a different level of water. So this happened. And when the guy came and I really liked him, I felt really good about him, and I wrote him a check, and he's like, whoa, I didn't write you a retreat, and a receipt. I was like, well, we shook our hand. Like, if I know it, I know it. I don't need a thing. I will write you a check, or whatever. But I'm very much like, I was like, you shook my hand. Like, that's done. Like, it just feels like that. Do you guys know that our energy signature is in the palm of the hand right here? This is why when you see like the old Indian like photos on the reservations, right? Like American Indians, and they're like this, they always had their palm up, because this is everything about us. From our palms of our hands, this energy signature goes out. and it tells everything. So this is why the shake of a hand like this, the palms touching each other, this is a signature. It's an energy signature to energy signature, like it's an agreement. That's really all we need. But then life had to get like complicated, right, in the 3D world. Okay, so these are the things that I wanted to tell you. And to sum it up, a lot of people ask me this too. I'm thinking of the questions that I've gotten recently is, what is it to do the work? What is it to do the work? Doing the work means that you're doing whatever it is that you need to do to get yourself in alignment, to get yourself to feel good, to get your body to feel good, to get your mind to feel good, to get your energy to feel good, okay? Because once you're in alignment and once you are vibrating where you need to be, then you can externally change the world around you. But if you're hurting inside, you ain't changing the world. Does that make sense? Like, we're here to change the world, gotta vibe first, then we can vibe out, okay? Yay! All right, my loves, we've talked about many things. If you have any other questions, you can always ask me. And then I am going to open up the Blue Moon meditation to everyone because it's once in a blue moon and we should do it. So we're gonna have some free stuff. There's so much stuff. I'm gonna try and do like more free things too, because obviously I wanna help everyone. I know that lately there's just so many things that I have going on. So just keep checking. I'm really good about sharing things here on Instagram. So just stay up to date here. We're gonna do our best to also send emails, okay, on the email list. With the, so we're going to do, the Blue Moon meditation is Friday. We're doing it on Friday, the day before, because it's Halloween, okay? So I'm going to do it Friday at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 7:30 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to jump in on that, we're going to do it for everybody that's in Moonwave Society and the Metaphysical Mastermind. We're going to do it on Zoom because we have our private Zoom link. And then we're going to open it up for everybody here on Instagram, okay? Yay! So share the word and we'll have a thing soon, and we're going to do some awesome integration work that's going to help everyone, okay? So it's going to be really good. And then next month, and then by the 30th is the deal for the retreat. We have, I did an awesome deal for the digital retreat so that everybody around the world can join. I am adding, I know that the payment plan, like the installment plan, PayPal is having some Mercury retrograde situation. We don't know, but it's getting fixed, okay? So it will be working hopefully tonight, tomorrow, soon, ASAP, okay? And so that's gonna work. And then you can get in and you will get access to the 11/11, the 12/12. Like, I'm adding so much stuff to that. That really should be like, you know, like a $3,300 course, but I put it for, I think it's like $1,440 for everyone. And you can do installments on it. So it's like ridiculous. I want everyone to be able to access it. That deal is on until the end of the month, okay? Until the blue moon, until the 30th. So if you have questions, message me or message Kelsey and let us know so that we can help you out. And if you want to come to the retreat here, I'm so excited. This is going to be warrior mode. Like, you guys, the theme for the retreat that we had at the, what's it called? At the, oh my gosh, at the Lion's Gate was the rebirth, right? This is warrior mode. This is where we actually get to merge. It's just, it's wild. There is so much power that we have to anchor in. Like, it's like light body magic. That's another word for it, for the work that we're gonna do. I am continuing to add on the website. So it's not by any means a complete list of what we're doing, but that's why I always have like a deal at the beginning. We're gonna do the reprogramming, the reality reprogramming too with the headset. We're gonna do a bunch of really cool things. So most of all, we're gonna change the world, which is the part that I'm really excited about. So let me know if you have questions, okay? Yes, Kelsey's handle is at mer.moonbait, okay? So she's on the chat. If you have questions, you can message her. Next year I can start, and I would love to be there. So excited. Yes, yes, yes. And plan for next year. There will be retreats next year too. Okay. And there's a particular like energy call that goes out. I feel like every time there's a new course or there's a new retreat, and this one's very specific. So if you feel called to this one, I know that there's a big reason, and I probably have some big things to teach you that like you have to be in person for me to show you. Because it's really big energy, which is why it took me honestly, because I always tell you guys the truth, and I'm always honest anyways, but like it took me like a couple of weeks, maybe even longer, like 3 weeks longer to announce it. Yeah, because I wanted to tell you guys about the retreat on the right after the equinox. And it was so much energy that I had to embody. I had to do so much work to hold the energy for the retreat in order to even announce it. And everyone felt it. Like I had to bring the energy on earth. And I was like, holy shit, we're really doing this. We're really doing this. And then I could tell you about it. So it's pretty wild. Like I feel it. And so I'm still updating the page, but feel the energy of it. Okay. So if you feel like you need to be here, you will know. Okay. I love you all. My website is www.moonbabetribe.com, and you can find me here all the time at Moonbabes and the Light Tribe. And I share all sorts of stuff in my stories too. So make sure you follow on there on the stories and message me or Kelsey if you have any questions. I love you all. Thank you for joining us on the Moonbabes Monday Night Live. We're going to have a little dance. I want to bring the warrior mode energy to New Zealand. Yes. Oh my gosh, Alicia, message me. I love that. All of you that are all over the planet, okay, that are, so when you register for it, thank you for saying that. When you register for the digital retreat and you're around the planet, okay, we're going to have a special, well, for everybody in the digital retreat, we're going to have a special workshop, two actually. One of them, we're going to teach you how to make your feather crown, because you're going to need a feather crown for warrior mode. Number one, that's going to get scheduled, and we're going to do that together live on Zoom, okay? And then number two, you're going to have, and everybody will have access to the digital stuff. And then number two, we're going to have, like, if you have people that will come and be around you in the energy of this, like, well, just message me, but like, if you have a group of people and you're like in New Zealand, in, Switzerland, like we have people all around the planet. Like if you have like a pod of people and you want to do this work, get in touch with me and we'll support you in different ways. Okay. And we'll tell you like about cause you're going to need like selenite wands and you're going to need things to do this work. So I'm really excited. And I want to support this happening all over the planet. It's going to be amazing. Yay. Okay, love you guys. Love to all. I love how much love is happening on the thread. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I will see you all soon. It's Sonia G. Thanks for joining the Moonbabes Monday Night Live. Mwah, bye. Namaste, loves.